Well, hey there, bosses. Welcome back to another Ask Me Anything session. Our weekly AMAs are held every single Wednesday here on facebook.com/KMRobinsonSocial. And I am so excited because every single week you send in your social media marketing questions and I get those answered in real time. So people have already sent in some questions. We're going to get those answered over the next 20 or so minutes today. But if you're joining me live, I would love to get your questions answered too. So if you're jumping on right now, go ahead and leave your questions and your comments in the comments below, and I will get as many answered as possible over the next 20 minutes as we're here every single Wednesday, facebook.com/KMRobinsonSocial. So let's go ahead and jump in for our very first AMA here on KM Robinson Social. We're excited for you guys to be here. I'm KM Robinson. I'm a social media marketing strategist, and it's my job to help you create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. So let's go ahead and dive in. This week, we have been talking all about Instagram and specifically IGTV. And I got this really great question over on YouTube actually this morning. And I want to go ahead and answer that to you. So Melinda said, admittedly, I've never watched IGTV videos, so I haven't really thought of actually posting them, but you're right. If not many creators are using it, there's a big opportunity. Do you feel like we can just directly upload our YouTube videos over there, or is it critical to edit them to go vertical? So this is a great question, Melinda. And we did talk on the episode that we dropped over on YouTube yesterday, all about repurposing our content for IGTV from YouTube, from Facebook, from our Instagram posts, and putting it onto IGTV. And the episode before that on our YouTube channel was all about how you can actually kick your IGTV videos out to our Instagram main feed and how I have 5x'd my engagement just by doing that. So if you haven't watched those episodes, make sure you do. But the question is, do you have to have them vertical? So here's the deal. With this type of platform, we are conditioned to watch it in a vertical manner. We do, in fact, want to be watching it vertically. Instagram has done a lot of research on whether or not we were going to be able to use horizontal video. And for the very first part of IGTV until very recently, the answer was no. We did not have the ability to use horizontal video on IGTV. We only had the ability to do vertical. So a lot of people would take the black bars up on top and put a horizontal video and then just kind of put something in between it, but that makes for a very small video, and people don't like to watch that, and they would try to turn it sideways, but it didn't work, and it didn't function well. So we did a lot of research in the social media strategy world, and we had to figure out if it was going to actually work to use horizontal video, if we kind of did some nifty things with it to make it like a picture-in-picture type deal, or if they really wanted that vertical video. And the research says people want vertical video. They want to be able to hold their phone because Instagram is an app on your phone. We hold our phones like this. We do not hold our phones like this when we're going through Instagram. So to have to then tip our phones is not going to work. That is a roadblock before people can watch our video if we are using that horizontal. So previously, people would actually take their video and they would use the horizontal and they would put something on top and on bottom, and that just made for tiny video. People didn't like it. People left. Then people started editing videos properly so that it was horizontal. That does mean we need to zoom in on that. That does mean that it is going to crop it a little bit differently. And in my next video that actually comes out on Friday, so 2 days from now, I'm showing you step-by-step, click for click, button for button, how you can actually create vertical video from the horizontal videos that you have filmed so that you're just repurposing that content. You're not necessarily going to be creating new content for that. So stay tuned for that. And check that out on the YouTube page. But the thing is that people don't want to tip their phones. Even though we have the horizontal capabilities now, people aren't going to do it. Yeah, we know how to do it with YouTube. Yes, we know how to do it with Facebook if we need to. But because they have that experience where they can just hold their phone the proper way in their hand so that they can talk, so that they can text, so that they can do whatever it is they're doing on Instagram, on their social media, they are not going to be tipping their phones to watch your videos. So it is really important to be creating that vertical video because we need to stay true to the platform we're using. On Facebook, it's okay to have horizontal video. It's not okay to have vertical video. That's kind of weird. However, square video works so well, both on Facebook and on Instagram. But on IGTV, I would highly encourage you and highly recommend that you do, in fact, use that vertical video. It's really simple to do, and I am showing you in my next video on YouTube. It's literally just tipping it sideways, and repurposing and rearranging a couple of things. Super easy to do. And so we are going to be doing that on Friday. Make sure you check that out. Melinda, thanks so much for writing in. I hope you go forth and do really cool things with your vertical video, but I definitely recommend that you are, in fact, using your vertical video for Instagram TV. All right. I see we've got some questions in the comments. Melanie, hey, thanks for joining. How can you tell if your content is working for your IGTV videos? All right. So here's the deal with this. You need to make sure that you are getting good engagement, but you actually have to figure out what content is going to work really well for your clients. Now, I happen to know that Melanie is an author and she's creating videos for her books. So, Melanie, what I want you to do is test this out. You do have to test what you are doing within your feeds, within the content that you're putting out. So start making videos. What type of videos do you think your clients, your fans, the people interacting with you are going to want to see? In your case, they're going to want to learn more about your videos. They're going to want to learn more about your author life. But for other entrepreneurs, it might be the behind the scenes. It might be how to buy from them. It might be what to do with their products. There's all sorts of things that you can be doing, and you have to start investigating. So start putting out videos, start working on things, and see how people like it. Are they engaging with it? Are you getting them to respond to it? So if you're creating a video, are you asking questions? Are you telling them to do things? And not a lot of things. Remember, one thing. You can give them like one thing to do during a video. And that's usually to leave a comment and ask a question or answer a question or something like that. So how are you getting them to engage with that? And then you need to start monitoring your engagement. Are you doing well in these videos? If not, probably time for a different type of content. So you need to start asking questions. So in your newsletter, email them and say, hey, I just made this. What else do you want to see? Or what questions do you have for me that I can answer in a video? Or what do you want to learn about my characters? Or if you're not an author, what do you want to learn about my products? What do you want to see more of? Do you want ideas for how you can use this makeup in your everyday life? Do you want makeup tips for dates? Do you want to learn how to use this candle for Christmas gifts? Do you want to learn this, that, and the other thing? And give them some options, but then also leave it open to ask those questions and let them and allow them to respond to you and give you some ideas. So you really just have to kind of test and test and test and see what responds to them. And watch other people in your field. What content are they making that works really well for them? You're not copying it, but you are going to be using this in your own strategy as well. So let's just say Melanie is an author. Look at the other authors in the industry. What types of content are they creating? What types of videos are they making? Whether it's IGTV or YouTube or Facebook or the live broadcasts, any of those things, you're going to need to see what they're doing and then how their fans are responding. Chances are your fans are going to like similar things. So if they're doing Ask Me Anythings and that works really well for them, you should do some too. And if they are doing character profiles where they're showing off artwork and they're telling you behind the scenes of their characters, you should try that too. And again, you have to personalize it to your own brand and to your own things that you are doing, your products, the things that you are showing, your books in this case. But you need to make sure that you have your own spin on it. So it's not straight up copying, but you want to see what is working for them. So if they're doing stuff related to their characters, you should be doing stuff related to your characters. And if people are giving tips on how to give their candles as gifts, you should be giving tips on how they can be using their candles maybe in another way, how to decorate their bathroom with candles, how to decorate their table, how to create a centerpiece. There's all sorts of things that you can be doing. Just be mindful of what other people in the industry are doing. And then once you have that figured out, it's time to start innovating and figuring out what's going to work for you and your fans. Melanie says, thanks. I never thought about questions and asking them to do things. Yep, super important, girl. Super important. All right. Let's get into another question that was sent in. And if you have questions for me, I would love to get those answered. We're only going to be on for a little bit, but if you've got social media questions, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, we can talk about YouTube, IGTV, your newsletters, your websites. Let me know down below. I would love to get those answered for you while we are on air today. And of course, if you're having fun and if this is helpful for you, go ahead and tell your friends, bring them along for the fun, and let's get their questions answered too so we can create profitable businesses through smart social media marketing together. Collaborations, my friends, collaborations. All right, here we go. This is a good one we got earlier. Justin says, should all of my social media handles be the same, or is it okay that they are different? So here's the deal, Justin. Your social media handles should absolutely be the same thing, because when people say, where can we find you on social media? You need to be able to give them one answer. If you're saying, this is my link for Twitter, this is my link for Instagram, this is my link for Facebook, this is where you can find me on Tumblr, this is where you can find me wherever, people are going to get very confused. You do not, under any circumstances, want to be giving more than one thing out. Now, I do understand that every once in a while, Twitter truncates something. You can't necessarily get all of the words. I have this problem a lot with mine because my name is long. So KM Robinson, and then if I tack something on the end, it usually cuts it off. I have to truncate what I'm saying. So whatever your shortest one is, if it's something that you're using frequently, make sure everything is the same. So let's just say, let's use my photography life. I was at KM Robinson Photography on a lot of places, but Twitter wouldn't let me have it that long. So I'm at KM Robinson Photo on everything. Or if I can't get KM Robinson books on everything. I know I've got some friends who are authors with me as well, and they can't fit their full name and books or authors at the end, and so sometimes they have to truncate it. So figure out what your smallest one is and then use that for everything. But it should be as easy as saying, I am at whatever your name is on all social media platforms. So for me, I'm at KM Robinson Social on Facebook and Instagram. I am at KM Robinson Books on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am at whatever my other businesses are. I do have a couple of them. But it's always the same handle, and it makes it so much easier. Plus, if you're doing interviews, people can easily kick that out. If you're putting up words on screen for a live broadcast like this one, people can easily kick that out. There's lots of ways that you can be handling that, as long as it is as simple as keeping it to that one thing. And then people will always remember it as well. And if you can tie it in with your website, that is even better. All right, let's get into another question. I do see we have more in the chat box. So if you're joining me live, I would love to get your questions answered. Go ahead and send those in. We're hanging out for about 20 minutes, and we are chatting all about social media questions that you have in your businesses, and we're working together to create those profitable businesses through smart social media marketing. All right, Melanie says, how can I figure out what people want to see from me? Well, girl, that's where we're asking questions. We are jumping into our newsletters. We're jumping on Instagram stories. We're taking polls. We are asking what they want to see. And you don't have to leave it as a big blanket statement. I know if you are emailing them or you're reaching out on social media or you're posting things, it can be really tempting to say, what do you want to see from me? And just let it go. But people tend not to respond to that. And a lot of times you have to condition them to answer you. So make it simple. Start out very, very simple and keep that barrier between you very, very small. So instead of saying, what do you want to see? Or do you want to see this? Or do you have questions for me? Be very specific. Put up a poll. Say, would you rather see a video on A or B? And then let them vote. Or would you rather do this? Or would you rather have a video or a photo? Would you rather have a character profile, or would you rather have a live book reading? Figure out some different topics, and then every few days post more. Now, you don't want to overrun them with these questions, but start small, work up from the polls. Once they are conditioned to start interacting on those polls that you're putting out on Instagram stories and on Facebook, then you want to start asking more broad questions. So have an open-ended question, but not something so big as, what do you want to see? Pick a specific topic. So let's just say with Melanie, she is an author. You're going to do something like, would you rather have a character profile on this person or on this person, and why? Or you are going to kind of space out what you're doing just a little bit. And let's say I'm going to go with a different entrepreneur because I'm doing a lot of author stuff right now. Let's just say you're a professional mermaid. I work with a lot of professional mermaids. And you are going to be asking slightly more of an open-ended question. So you would say, what type of freebie would you like to see me give away at my next mermaid event? Coloring sheets, stickers, maps of my underwater kingdom, and you just name a couple of things, but leave it a little open-ended so that they can pick too. Or maybe you are a candle maker and you say, what are your top 3 tips for giving candles as a gift? And then create content based on that. You can create tutorials, you can create behind the scenes, you can create those gorgeous photos and videos, and you can use that content, but you're asking them for help or for advice, and you're leaving it a little bit open-ended so they can kind of explore and give you some things there, but not so much that they are overwhelmed and confused and then they don't answer. So figuring out what people want to see from you is as easy as asking those questions, but remember to condition them first and work them up baby step by baby step by baby step until you can get to the big broad questions that everyone answers for you. All right, let's get into another question that was sent in. Here we go. Let me take that off screen. Jessica wrote in on one of our YouTube videos recently, and she said, and I had asked what is one of your biggest problems with social media? So she actually answered this and kind of turned it into a question as well. So that is another example of finding out what people want to see. I wanted to know what people wanted videos on. So I said, what's your biggest social media struggle? And Jessica has said, gaining more viewers on my Instagram and my blog posts so I can continue to reach more people is my biggest struggle. So that is a huge struggle that a lot of people go through. It is very difficult to get more viewers, especially on Instagram and especially on your blog. So let's break this down into two different areas because Instagram and blogs, very, very different beasts. Instagram, we have been talking about in our YouTube videos. You want to make sure you check those out. And we've been talking about the benefits of hashtags. Now, hashtags are amazing because they get you seen in the feed. When people go to the Explore tab on Instagram and they type in a hashtag, they're going to get a feed with everything that people have posted using that hashtag. So if you need to be using hashtags to be seen, you also are aware that you need to be using valuable hashtags, and there are some hashtags that do not work. So I've got a little something for you because I like you guys, and I want to make sure that you are well taken care of, especially with this fantastic thing called hashtags, which we know are so difficult. So if you guys are having hashtag trouble, I want you to go to hashtag.kmrobinson.com. This is a free PDF. It's a boss's guide to handling hashtags. And within a boss's guide to handling hashtags, I break down the most important types of hashtags you should be using and the hashtags you think are actually good but are ruining your sales and driving clients away and getting you the wrong types of viewers. So I break all that down for you, totally free. My gift to you, hashtag.kmrobinson.com if you want to grab that. So Instagram is incredibly important for you to be spending time learning hashtags, and make sure you watch those videos on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on YouTube so that you don't miss my tips on how to gain more followers and better engagement over on Instagram. And you want to make sure you're using things like location tags, which is another thing that I have discussed within the video content over on YouTube as well. And then you want to be making sure that you are initiating conversations. So get out there and have conversations with people who are your ideal clients or your ideal fans, the people you want to work with, and don't make it about you. Don't be all salesy. Yesterday, in fact, I had a lady pop up on Instagram. She had started to follow me, and I said, oh, this is so exciting because I'm actually moving to the area that you're in. She's a realtor down in that area. And she messaged me, which fine. Okay. She messaged me and said, hey, if you don't have a realtor, I would love to help you out. And I jumped into the conversation and I introduced myself. I said what I did. I was looking for some contacts down in the area to do some social media strategy with and to do branded photo shoots for us. And I offered to be friends and to do some cool things. And then I mentioned that I was not necessarily looking for a realtor because I was going to be renting for a little bit, and she just stopped. She had reached out to me cold to try to get me to buy from her or to pay her for her services, and because I didn't respond to that, she cut me off. Don't do that. If you are going to be trying to find clients and fans and whatever, people to buy from you on social media, it's really about creating those relationships. So I had gone into the conversation trying to create a relationship, trying to create a friendship, and trying to create a working relationship with this person. And the second I did that, and I didn't respond necessarily to giving her money immediately, she cut that one right off. But if I had started that conversation, I said, I'm going to be here. I would love to do some photo shoots with you, which I tried. And I would love to kind of just do this to be nice and to socialize and to make some friends and to have some great business connections. Instead of asking for money, I would do really well. So I actually reach out to people, have conversations within their comments. I don't direct message people like that. That's a little sketchy. But I will reach out in comments, and I will, if we have common ground, we will have a conversation about that, or I'll start a conversation about what they've posted, their photos. We'll talk about whatever it is they're talking about in their captions, and I'll start a friendship with this person, and eventually it will lead to sales. Yes, it will. I've received so many fans and so many clients through doing this. It's great, but you can't go into it with that slimy car salesman pitch. So start those conversations, learn hashtag, learn location tags, and do great over on Instagram. Blog posts are a little bit different. You will have to create some teaser content to get people over blogs. Blogs are kind of a little bit on the old school side of things. So I do recommend that you do things like video. Video is going to be really, really timely for you, especially since all of the social media algorithms are valuing these videos, whether they're live videos or pre-recorded videos. But that doesn't mean the blogs aren't going to swing back around. You do need to be creating teaser content. So photos, like GIFs to go with your blog post, videos to go with your blog post, teasing it, and then have the meat of your content over on that blog post. So give them little nuggets here and there, and then you are going to then refer them over to your blog for more. So thanks so much, Jessica, for writing in. We're only going to be live for another minute or two, so if you've got more questions, now is the time to get those on. Melanie's in the comments. Melanie's on fire today. And she wants to know, how often should you put out a newsletter? Now, this is a really important question. I love this question, and I teach on newsletters all of the time, Mel. So here's the deal. I like to send out newsletters once a week, and I think it's really important because it's constant communication with your people. If you're sending them out once a month, as long as you're consistent, that's good. The key is consistency, whether it's once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every month. Make sure you are consistent. At minimum, it should be once a month, because otherwise they're going to forget about you. They're not going to realize why you're writing them, and you're not going to be able to have that relationship with them. You're not going to have that constant communication. And so when you pop up and you ask for things or you offer things or whatever, people are not going to care about you. The more you put into this effort-wise, the better you're going to do. So you want to remind people who you are. You want to have that conversation with them. You want to be inviting them to email you back. You want to be having that conversation. So I recommend once a week. If you are a small business, if you're a solo entrepreneur, if you are a mompreneur, you need to be in constant contact with these people, and you need to make that effort. It doesn't have to be a huge, big, long thing, but you should have enough content within your business, no matter what it is, whether you're an author, a candle creator, a professional mermaid, whatever it is, you should have at least one thing to show them every single week. Whether it's, hey, I've got a new blog post, here's what you need to know about this topic, or, hey, I did this event, here's some cool photos, here's behind the scenes, or, hey, I've got something coming up, I would love to let you guys know about this. I want you to make the effort to contact them once a week, if at all possible, but absolute minimum is once a month. So if you can't do once a week, try once every 2 weeks, or minimally, absolutely minimally, do once a month to stay at top of mind. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I do appreciate you being here. I'm here every single Wednesday answering your social media marketing questions and making sure that you are creating a profitable business through your smart social media marketing. I do want to let you guys know that if you want more tips on hashtags, on Instagram, on IGTV, on Facebook, on Twitter, on all those cool, fabulous social media platforms, you can go over to videos.kmrobinson.com. That'll kick you over to my YouTube page where you can see brand new videos. Yesterday, we dropped a great one all about how you can be repurposing your content over on IGTV so that you don't waste time creating new content. And later this week, we're going to be dropping a brand new video about how you can be creating vertical video for IGTV simply by tweaking a little bit of what you've already done. And if you love this, you can come hang out with me at group.kmrobinson.com. It's my closed Facebook group. I'm in there all the time answering your questions, and we are working together as collaborators to grow profitable businesses through smart social media marketing. Plus, you get early access to all of my videos a day in advance, and I answer your questions first here on these live broadcasts as well. And of course, you can grab hashtag.kmrobinson.com for that freebie, A Boss's Guide to Handling Hashtags, plus some bonus gifts. Over at hashtag.kmrobinson.com. And on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell so that you never miss one of my videos. And join me every single Wednesday right here on facebook.com/kmrobinsonsocial for another Ask Me Anything AMA session where I'm answering your questions in real time. I'm Km Robinson, social media marketing strategist, and you can come hang out with me at kmrobinson.com and at KM Robinson Social on Facebook and Instagram. I would love to see you over there. Come connect with me on social media. Until next time, I hope you have a great day and stay inspired and stay tuned, because every time there's breaking news on any of the social media platforms, algorithms, platform additions, trends in social media, I am here breaking the news for YOU, so that you can stay on the cutting edge of your social media marketing. Until next time, stay inspired. Bye-bye.